Okay. Right. So as mentioned to you before, every week we try to discuss assessments. Right, and this week is special. Because we have the replacement class and there are two assessments that I'd like to discuss with you. All right, so bear with me. Look, ask as many questions as you want. All right, so I appreciate the questions. Okay, and yeah, now let's look at the third assessment, which is due this next week. Okay, so you need to upload the document on Friday, and there are several people. There are 12 people who need to present on Thursday. Okay, right. So let's look at that. Okay, what we need to deliver is actually sustainable marketing. Okay, my recommendation for you is to explain the concept. Okay, this is sustainable marketing. You may want to start the concept at the macro level. Okay, this is what we mean by sustainable marketing. Okay, you do some research, and we've discussed that in class that time. It is actually, there is a strong call for marketing organizations to adopt sustainable marketing, because we want to ensure that everything that we can enjoy today can be passed on to the next generation. All right. Therefore, the marketing organizations are required to be socially responsible and environmentally responsible. Okay, so they're the things that we need to include. Okay, so discuss the concepts. Now, there are two concepts that you can include. Okay, based on the marketing impact. Okay, you can refer to marketing impacts on individual consumers. You can refer to marketing impact on society as a whole, or you can marketing impact on the other business, including the competitors. Right. So you pick any specific two. Right. Don't pick the big label. Okay, just pick the specific ones. Okay, I'm going to show that slide again to you later on. Okay, and after that, after you discuss the concept, you discuss the sustainable marketing concept, you select the two concepts that you want to focus on, you describe the concepts. Okay, and you explain it with the real life examples. When you explain the real life examples, you show the dilemma. Okay, you show the dilemma. All right. Look. In class, I discuss a few examples, and I'm not going to discuss more examples in here, because if I do that, you may feel guilty if you use my examples. All right, so I try to stop my mouth. All right, and I'm not going to, but you find examples. There should be lots of examples. You read the newspaper, for instance, you'll find lots of examples. All right. So what do you need to deliver? Now I got a question. How many words that we can put in? This is a presentation, right? You can write as many words as you want. You can write as many slides as you want, but you are going to be limited to present it between 5 to 10 minutes, minimum 5 minutes, a maximum 10 minutes, right? Look, I'll be strict when it comes to your presentation time, because we don't have a lot of time, all right, in class. And if you have reached 10 minutes, that's it. I'm going to put my hand up. I may need to get someone to, as a time teller. Okay, 10 minutes, that's it. Okay, I got someone. Okay. Do you need to submit to turn it in? Not necessarily, actually, because this is a presentation. Okay, this is a presentation, but you do need to reference it. Okay, you do need to reference. Okay, that's a good question. Okay, all right, and presentations may be in week 10, 11, and 12. If your name is not listed, please make sure that you tell me. Okay. Now, the other thing that I'd like to recommend you to do. Hang on a second. Let me. Okay, the other thing I'd like you to consider is, it is a presentation anyway, so you need to consider, your voice modulation, your body language, right? Enjoy your presentation, okay? Make sure you deliver the message clearly, all right? The accent, whatever, doesn't matter, as long as you just need to deliver a message clearly, that's it, right? So you may need to speak slowly if you need to, okay, rather than you speak fast, but the audience do not get the message. Okay, right. So I'm assuming that everyone is ready for everyone knows when they present. Okay, these are basically the names. I'm not going to discuss the names again because I've announced it to everybody. Okay. Now, the other thing I'd like to show you is this one here. Oh. Okay, so you may recall that we discussed the slides, this slide here in class. Okay, I just want to bring you again to that spot. Okay, so in the beginning of the conversation, we discussed about what sustainable marketing is, what ethics means. All right, and please research the concept. Please research the real life examples and reference the concepts and reference the real life examples. Okay, now if you look at that, this is the first type of marketing impact. Okay, there are 6 of them. Pick any. You can select high prices, you can select deceptive prices, you can select planned obsolescence, right? And you discuss the real life examples. You discuss the dilemma. You discuss the moral debate in here, moral dilemma in here. Okay, that will do the trick. Okay, or you can also select one of these, right? Either high pressure selling, right? And after that, you discuss one of these, right? Marketing impact on society as a whole. Okay, you select any, either culture pollution, whatever, or false bonds and too much materialism. You discuss again the real life example. You discuss the concept. You discuss how marketers would combat, would counter argue with this. Right? Remember, we discussed that in class. Okay, or you can select one in here. Okay, either one in here, and select another one in here. Okay, you can select another one here, and you select and you discuss specific example. Okay. So that's basically it. Okay. Is that okay, guys?
Yep. Eddie.
Yep. Yep.
This is Santiago. Sorry
Yep,
to interrupt you. Those 3 slides are just for examples, not for the entire topic that we're gonna discuss. Is that right?
I am not sure if I understand what you mean by entire topic. That's actually, let's say, let me explain again.
Yep.
You let me know if I haven't answered your question, yeah?
Yep.
My recommendation for you is you explain what sustainable marketing is.
Yep, yep.
Okay, you explain the ethical principles, right? And then you select either, let's say you select deceptive practices. Then you explain what deceptive practices mean. And then you explain the concept. Okay. And then after that, let's say you move on to the next one. False bonds and too much materialism. You explain that concept. You explain how marketers combat this, counter argue this, and you explain the real life example to discuss the dilemma. Okay. Yeah, that's basically your presentation in 5-10 minutes. You can't. I don't think if you take 2, 2 is already. If you do, since you need to discuss the examples. I think that's the right size. I'm not going to ask you to do more than that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yep.
If I answer your question,
yeah. It was more because I just wanted to know if these 3 slides that you just mentioned are for just to mention examples. You know, like
the concepts. You need to explain what false bonds and too much materialism is all about.
Okay, so we need to explain the concept first, and then jump into an example.
Yes, correct.
Right. Okay.
Before you discuss your real life examples, deceptive practices, for instance, you need to explain what it means.
Okay, but in that case, it'll be 2, let's say 1 or 2 topics from this within those 3.
Yep.
Slides, and then explain it, and then the example.
And then real life examples.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
Right?
Gotcha.
When you explain the example, you may need to establish the context first. You may need to discuss.
You're right.
All right. This is the organization I'm going to talk about in regards to deceptive practices. The organization. Then you introduce the organization briefly, for instance. Right. This organization is in Widjaja, and they did this. All right. That takes time as well. Okay.
Yep.
So explain the concepts. Now, by the way, if you what about if you want to take 2 of them here? That's fine. If you want to take disruptive practices and the other one is planned obsolescence, that's fine. As long as there are two of them. Yeah, is that okay, Santi?
Yep. Yeah, okay.
Brilliant, brilliant. Okay. Guys, how about this one? Is this okay or not?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
So everyone's okay with that? Everyone's happy with that? Sabrina?
Yes.
Brilliant. Whew, there you go. Daniela, you okay with that?
That's okay, Adi.
Okay, thanks a lot. Okay. Sachin, how about you, mate?
Yeah, all good.
All good. Ileana?
Yes, it's fine.
Fine. Okay. Fantastic. Okay. Look, guys, if you are not sure, please put your hand up. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do next is to discuss assessment 2. If you're all happy with that, yeah, make sure that you upload the PowerPoint slides. So just PowerPoint slide that you upload your assessments, all right, on Friday, next Friday. Please make sure you're on time. Okay. The next thing I'd like to discuss is assessment 2. Oh, why do I go back to assessment 3? I need to, okay. Now, I will get there you go, assessment 2. Assessment 2 is due in week 11, Friday. Okay, so this is the continuation of assessment 1. Okay, so by the way, let me remind you again, assessment 3 is not related to assessment 1 and assessment 2. It is a standalone assessment. Okay, so don't worry about the company for assessment 3. Assessment 3, you can pick up any examples from any other companies beyond your assessment 1. Okay, now assessment 2. These are the objectives. You can read it yourself in the assessment brief. Now, let me highlight to you. Some students use Donald B. Company. I said, that is fine. All right? You're not going to be penalized. All right? It's just, I was expecting, these students to communicate to me. So, I can, if the students need help, then, they can talk to me about some advice from me in terms of how they can handle a case study, because it is a fictitious company. Okay, so it may require us to do something differently. Okay, so that's the only thing. Okay, so these are the things that we need to demonstrate. Okay, relevant tools, concepts. You are not going to analyze past SWOT again. You're not going to do those things again. Just briefly summarize them briefly. Okay, from your assessment 1. Okay, but this one here, the 4 segmentation variables, targeting analysis, they are quite relevant to you. Positioning, marketing mix variables, they are quite relevant to you. Okay, now let's discuss this. Okay, executive summary. I'm going to save it in a different file name. Okay, discussion. Oops. I'm going to save it using a different file name. Advice, discussion. Right. Executive summary. Do this at the last. Do this, write this section at the last. Okay, because you will not be able to you will not be able to write the summary without analyzing the other sections. All right. So what does it contain? Executive summary. An executive summary contains the snapshot of all sections. Okay. Remember, what is the purpose of this report? The purpose is to write the strategy. What is a strategy? A strategy contains target market, positioning, and marketing mix variables. So you want to show that in your executive summary, just briefly. Okay. Therefore, you want to show briefly who your target market is, how you are going to win this target market with the positioning, okay, and then you discuss briefly. I'm not going to ask you to talk everything, in details, right? Briefly, your market mix variables, right? Your the product will be this product. We are going to discuss this product. We are going to launch this new product. We are going to price. This is the price point, and this is how we are going to distribute it, and so on and so forth, right? Briefly, brief marketing strategy, brief marketing mix. Okay. All right. Now, next one is the introduction. Here we talk about the summary of the product, service, activities. Okay. Here you can also summarize briefly the insight from your past. I'm not going to ask you to write everything about your past, just the main one, right? The key message. You may want to write, one paragraph only, all right? About your past, your competitors, okay, and the customer's behavior. Just briefly, the main one, right? One paragraph, right, for each of them. That will do the trick. Okay, one paragraph about the company, the product, services, okay, the industry, and roughly one paragraph about the past. Right, this is the main thing. This is the main aspect of the past forces that affect the industry. Okay, and the competitors have been doing this. Right, and this is the main point about the consumer behavior. Yeah, is that okay, guys? Hello, so far so good?
Yes.
All good.
Brilliant. Okay, so this is it. All right, I'm not going to. Okay, so just remove that item 3. Okay, now target market analysis. Okay, target market analysis. If you are doing B2C, business to consumer, okay, there you go. Oops, the other one is B2B, business to business. Okay, if you're doing this, you use 4 segmentation variables. Okay, and I would appreciate if you also suggest one Roy Morgan value segment. Roy Morgan value segment. Okay, just one. You can select 2, but I'm not going to push you to do so. Okay, now if you do this, make sure you show the link to 4 segmentation variable. Okay, let's say the Roy Morgan, from Roy Morgan value segment perspective, the target market of this business is the social aware customers, and you discuss the social aware customers are related to. Then you talk about the geographic, demographic, psychographic, and behavioral. Yeah, is that okay, guys? Okay, yeah. And then if you do business to business, then don't use those guys, right? You need to refer to B2B segmentation variables. Okay, like what? Well, you can talk about the size of the company, okay, the location of the company, okay, the strategic of the company, right? The target market of my business are basically companies who are located in New South Wales, for instance, or in the Eastern Coast. But not all in the Eastern Coast will be targeted because as new startup, I'm going to target the ones in New South Wales, for instance. Okay, so that's your targeting strategy, that's your segmentation strategies, right? And I'm going to aim at companies that give me, that are basically large size company or medium size company or small size company, and so on and so forth. Okay. You can also talk about the strategic pressure of this company. Okay. These companies are normally under competitive pressures, right? So they should be very competitive. Your strategy would be different. Your message for these guys will be different. If these guys are under competitive pressures, then you want to show that, hey, look, guys, we are affordable, or for instance, we are affordable, and we can bring your business to the next level, all right? Because this is something new. This is very innovative, for instance, okay, etc.
Maybe.
Yep.
I have a question.
Yep.
Because basically in my project, there are 2 parts. So one, I will be, my target market will be B2C, and another part will be B2B. So in this case, should I talk only about one case or both? Because basically my project has both B2C and B2B, but I'm not sure if I will have to explain both or if you are happy only with one.
Okay. For your assessments, you can select one of them. Okay. You can select one of them. And in real life, companies would normally split their marketing plan into two marketing plans. The one for the B2C division, and the other one is for B2B division, because they normally split into two divisions anyway. All right. Yeah. My comment, I can't remember your assessment one, to be honest to you, so I can't comment further. The thing that you want to analyze is why B2C, you need to look at your product platform. Okay, you need to look at your product platform specifically, so you can customize it accordingly, right? Ileana, do you still have time for me today or not after this session? What I'm trying to do, yeah?
Yes.
If you can stay a bit longer for me, so we can discuss specifically about your case. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Brilliant. Stay tuned with me. All right.
Eddie.
Yep.
Sorry to interrupt you. It's Daniela. I think I have the same problem as Eliana because my assessment one was about the service, lost service. I don't know if you remember.
I can't remember. All right. Well,
and probably it's gonna be B2C and B2B. I think.
Right. So a bit of okay. Fair enough. After this session, can we discuss that, Daniela? Is that okay?
Yeah. Sure.
I'm not going to record it because it is specific. It is your specific case. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Sure.
Yep. Stay tuned. Yeah. Right. The next one is the marketing strategy. Okay. Now you need to draw a positioning map. Okay. Here, you need to decide the attributes. Okay. When it comes to decide the attributes, please refer to the above analysis, to the analysis in assessment 1 of assessment 1. Okay. You can refer to your analysis of the consumer behavior, so you understand the needs of the customer. So therefore, you need to ensure that they are related to the customer's need. Okay. Think about mapping them. Okay. Look, if you use price and quality, that's okay, but it's not going to bring a rich insights. Okay. I'll accept it. I'm going to push back to you. Right. You'll get that feedback from me. Okay. Please use relevant attributes to customers' needs. Okay, you're not going to get the full insights to the customer's needs. Okay, if you use something relevant to the customer's need, let's say after you map them, you will get where the need gaps are. Right, you will get where the need gaps are. Okay, if you refer to my slides. You understand where the need gaps are. Okay, right. So based on your positioning map, you need to explain the positioning statement. Here, please use this formula to what target market with what needs. Our brand is what concept. Okay, with what points of differentiation. Points of differentiation. Now you don't need to explain everything about. There are 5 points of differentiation variables that we discussed. Okay, you don't need to. Where's my spelling? You don't need to use everything. You just need to pick the main one. Okay. You can refer to the product, for instance, or the service. Right. We customize the service for you, for instance. Right. So here is quite important. Now, if you do B2C and you analyze the Roy Morgan value segment, you can use it to the socially aware with the need of, whatever need that you analyze. Your brand, let's say my ABC brand is this. This is your concept. This is your positioning. Okay, this is your positioning. Okay, the concept in here is your positioning. Okay, and in marketing mix variables, right? Now, product. Make sure you discuss the 3 levels of product. Okay. I remember you need to explain the core customer value or core product. The actual product, let me do this differently because I need to use the bullet points, okay? The actual product that includes the brand name, features, design, packaging, and quality level. You discuss these 5, okay? The brand name will be Ileana's Cafe, for instance, okay? The features would be, you explain the features. We have different setting in terms of the tables, dining tables, chairs. We have this menu, that menu. We offer, Mexican food, and so on and so forth, right? And we bring Mexican feel in our cafe, okay? And so on and so forth, okay? Augmented products, okay? What is the extra benefits or service that you offer, okay? That's product. Oops, sorry. That's product decision. Next one is price. Okay, price decision. Please explain the new product pricing strategy. Okay. Remember the price skimming and price penetration. All right, and please explain product mix pricing strategy, because very likely you launch a range of product or services, okay? You may launch this service for that kind of company, that service for this kind of company, then you explain the pricing. Otherwise, your sales force will not be able to explain the price, and it's not good. And price adjustment strategy, either promotion strategy or whatever. Just one concept, okay? And one concept, okay? And the next one is actually placement. Okay, for placement, please explain your channel strategy. Remember, in channel strategy, we discussed about intensive, sorry, my apologies, where am I? Direct, indirect, and hybrid channel strategy. Okay, and then after that, you explain your distribution coverage strategy. Okay, whether it is going to be intensive, selective, or exclusive. Okay, you explain the reasons. Yeah, is that okay, guys? Does it help or not? Hello, does it help or not, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. And after that, you explain the promotion, all right? You explain with the objectives. Remember the objectives include the awareness, how much percentage of awareness you want to achieve, the image, what word that you want to the customers use to describe you, and the behavior, right? Behavior change, right? Just briefly about the objectives, okay? And after that, to achieve the above objectives, you're going to run advertising campaign, this sales promotion, personal selling, you discuss that, okay? And you discuss the public relations campaign and direct digital marketing campaign, okay? Right, so that's basically it. Now, the other thing that I did not discuss before is the extended marketing mix. Oh man, yes, quite stingy. Marketing mix, extended marketing, services marketing, mixed variables. Okay, so here you discuss about people. Right, when it comes to people, you talk about staff. Who are the staff that you're going to ask to deliver the service, right? In the case of cafe, it will be your waitress, it will be your barista, for instance, okay? It could be the cafe manager, okay? Process, okay, which is basically about the procedure. What is the procedure that starting from the customers placing the order right through the customers receiving their order back, okay? And physical evidence, okay? Physical evidence. This is actually about the cues, tangible and intangible cues to symbolize that service is delivered, right? service is delivered. Now, in the context of cafe industry or retail industry, you can talk about the ambience of the store, right? The layout of the store, the merchandise, the mix of merchandise that you bring to the stores, for instance. They are basically the physical evidence. Yeah. And conclusion must include the key findings, right, related to the above analysis. Okay. And it is due on Friday, week 11. Okay. So 10th of May. Okay. All right. So that's basically it. Any questions, guys?
All good, Eddie.
All good.
Eddie, one thing from what I remember, I think you mentioned that we gotta submit it on Sunday. I know it is just 2 more days.
Yep.
Is there any chance that we can do it till Sunday, not till Friday?
Yeah, I understand that. I was actually a bit mess at the time when I explained that on Sunday. When I checked the calendar again, it didn't work that well actually. Look, can we take the middle way? Saturday, is that okay? Santi?
Yeah. Well.
Right. I'll change it to Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday is okay. Because
it
is more because I think we need to write like 3,000 words and all that, and it's an extensive assignment considering that we are now writing up the third one, and we need to finish by this week, which means that we are kind of a week and a half to finish the other one.
Yep, fair enough. So Saturday is Saturday, yeah. Is that so? Let's take the middle way because when I mentioned Sunday in class, I actually look at the one that has been announced some time ago. It was Friday, so I created mass at that time. My bad. And if we change it to Saturday, are you happy with that, guys?
Yeah, I think it is okay.
Yeah, brilliant. I'm going to change it to Saturday. Right, so people thank you, Santiago. Right, Saturday, okay. I'm going to upload this file to the Dropbox folder. Yeah, all good?
Yeah, thank you.
Sounds perfect, yeah.
Any more questions, guys? No? Now let me see. Okay, I have Sabrina, Sachin, Santi, Daniela, Doris, Marcelinus, Patricia, Santi again, Sergio, Sophie. Okay. So all right, I know. Okay, right. If you don't have any questions, right, I'm going to end the session, and because we still have 5 more minutes left, and I'm going to come back to the same spot to discuss your specific assessment questions. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yep, brilliant. I'm going to end the sessions. Please give me 1-2 minutes. After that, we are going to discuss your specific questions for your assessment. Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Right. Thanks.